Well, folks, I'm sat here with a cup of tea. I'm going to be teaching later on, but I thought I'd have a word as soon as I'm back from the docks. That bloody vampires taking blood from me, they are. I don't remember the last time I was so angry as I am currently. I'm just rage. I'm enraged all the time. I'm absolutely enraged. And then I came across a speech given by Suella Braverman in America. Braverman, I don't know. These women with names I can't pronounce, bless them. It's a cracking speech. Cracking speech. Absolutely cracking speech. Right? And then I've seen people talking about intemperate language and speech. The hell do you think we're fighting? What in the name of all that is holy do you think that it is that we face? You want to come and talk to the mothers who've lost their children to this? Do you want to come and talk to the families who had lost one of their siblings through suicide because they were a gay man who was fooled by people that believe in this into thinking that he would be in complete self by removing parts of himself? What do you think we're fighting? And how nicely do you want to talk to these people? I sat and I watched as the Labour Party threw women, gay men, lesbians, children and safeguarding under the bus over the last 4 days, and we're getting pitiful excuses for a response to the unbelievable caustic cult, which is what it is. It's caustic. It's a caustic cult, a flesh-sacrificing cult that is now sitting at the top table in our country. And you want us to be kind? I do not recall the last time I was this damn angry. I really don't. And I had to think twice about whether I do this. But I'm sick of this nicey cobblers. I'm absolutely sick of it. Right? Absolutely sick of it. There are no two sides. There aren't two sides. There is no debate to be had. There is no compromise to be made with the medical experimentation of children. With the pushing of a cult-like belief system that is iatrogenic in nature by its very existence. That seeks to undermine and remove everything that makes our society great. And the sooner we all wake up and recognise that this isn't just about gender, that this is about utopianism, that what you've got is people of various hues and colours who think that you can reach your utopia by being nice and kind and inclusive and having diverse people, because these people are nuts. The normalisation of mental illness ceases. They're going to put this stuff in schools. They're going to have mental health professionals in schools to make all the children well from their position of sickness. It's unconscionable to me that we still don't get it. I am so angry. I'm so angry that I'll probably regret this later. But that's it. We face a child-sacrificing cult, and right now, the cult members are in the cabinet. They're in the cabinet. You can bleat all you want about the two sides, the compromise. There is no damn compromise with this. You don't compromise on gender. You don't compromise on queer theory. You don't compromise on critical race theory. You don't compromise on the utopian thinking of these liberal and leftist nut jobs, which is what they are. Which is what they are. Every horror of the 20th century reimagined. Every horror of the 20th century. And at the base of this is equity that drives their utopian thinking. And they will kill before they give it up. You know how I know that? Because we've seen it before. Mao. Mao? Russia? Germany? We've seen it before where utopian thinking takes us. This cultural bubo, which is what it is. It's not about the left or the right, but it's being driven now by the left. Driven by the left. It has come from the left. Whether you like it or not. It has come from the history of the gay movement, which I must take responsibility for. It has come from feminism, which feminists must take responsibility for. We need to take responsibility for the fact that we've got this so terribly wrong, that we found ourselves mutilating children in the name of an idea that doesn't even exist, in the name of gender ideology, which was made up to satisfy the perversion of a few men that like to have knickers and gussets to fumble around with. This is what we have done. And I'm so angry with myself because it's happened, because I was asleep for the best part of 30 years and I should have seen it. The many women who weren't asleep, who came from the left, who came from feminism, who came from the idea that there should be equality amongst the sexes, they saw it coming and they started speaking in the 70s and 80s and nobody listened to them. Nobody listened to them. The gays started to chirp up in the 90s and 2000s and nobody listened to them. And now here we are in 2023. And we're about to allow a government that will put this stuff into schools, that will restart the pipeline from school to mutilation, sterilisation, and a lifetime of care by the state. And they will do it because they think they're the good guys. If you are not unequivocal about the non-existence of such a thing as trans, which is just nonsense, and the non-existence of gender identity, which is simply a cult belief system, and over and above that, the call for equity and kindness and compassion and everything else that comes with suicidal narcissism, which is what this is currently turning into. I am absolutely spitting blood. I don't normally get this mad, but I'm going to have a go before I go and teach. I need to let off, I think he said wind. I don't have any problem with that. Steam. So I'm letting off steam at all of us. With your nicey nonsense and the NHS there pushing the rainbow flags. Yep, the progress flags flying above our government buildings. If you don't understand who the enemy is at this point, then you're not paying attention. Right? It's going to take all of us, every single one of us, every single day to be talking to other people over the next 5 years to ensure that we get a government in that will eradicate equality, diversity, inclusion, that will eradicate diversity, inclusivity, and equity, that will eradicate the rancid belief system of utopianism, which is what is currently causing us this problem. It's okay to hate. It's okay to be rude. It's okay to tell somebody to F off. It's okay not to associate with somebody because you don't like them. It's okay to believe that discrimination can be a good thing because we need to discriminate so we can turn those that are a danger to our society away. The next thing you know, we'll have all the GCs on the left singing Kumbaya and lighting candles. Honest to God, what's wrong with you? Stop thinking about it as left and right. It's about the individual. It's about me. What will I do? What can I achieve? What can I change? That's what it's about. If you want to sit around and talk about it and hold, your meetings and keep saying what a good, what a terrible idea, they've got a fight on their hands now. What do you mean they've got a fight on their hands now? The women have been on about this for over 40 years. They've got a fight on their hands now? Every single individual needs to take responsibility that where they see the progress flag, where they hear the words equality, diversity and inclusion, equity, diversity and inclusion, where they go into work and they're pushing this shit like unconscious bias training. Every single individual in the country needs to stand up and say, we are not part of your utopian nightmare and I'm not participating. And the price of that may be your damn job. Because when we turn a blind eye to what we see so clearly, we bring on what this utopian thinking brings. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is uglier than any of us want to get. And if that means we throw so-called trans people under the bus and ridiculous race-baiting grifters under the bus, and we make HR responsible for what they have done across organisations, then so be it. I'll stand up and be counted. Where the fuck is everybody else? There are those of us that have been in it for 6 years and those of us that have been in it for 40 years, and their voices have not been heard. Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening. Annalise Dodds, Jesus Christ. Starmer's come in and put everybody in place that he needs to make the trans empire come true. That's exactly what he's done. He's capitulated to the leftists. That's exactly what he's done. And the price of us allowing this to happen, and we have allowed it to happen, despite our hard work, we have allowed it to happen, is children. That's the price. Because the only lens to see critical social justice, gender ideology, critical race theory, queer theory, and all the other utopian ideas through is a safeguarding view. This is a prevent issue. They are terrorists. That's where we need to go. We don't need to go, let's find the middle ground. We need to go, they are terrorists. They are anti-Western terrorists. And I don't care what colour they are. I don't care whether they're male or female. I don't care if they're well. And I don't care if they're mentally ill. We call them what they are. Utopianist terrorists. Because that's what they are. And they will kill you with their narcissistic kindness that makes them feel good about themselves. Come on, folks. Right, rant over. I'll be all right now. I don't know whether to put it up or not. I'll put it up. Sorry, you might as well have my anger as anything else. I'm really confused about everything right now and I'm doing a lot of thinking. So I'm going to come to some thoughts over the next few weeks and try and get my head back where I need it to be because I still can't believe that Labour has been as bad as it has. As bad as it has within 4 or 5 days. But I'll wait to hear from you, because I'm, going to go and teach and calm and peace with the world now, okay? Stop supping with the enemies. Stop giving them airtime. Stop speaking to them. Block them, right? We need to make some really strong commitments to what the future will be. And I'm going to try and come up for some for myself. Maybe a 10, top 10. Here's what I state as Barry. And it's up to you whether you want to state the same. But right now, all I'm worried about is the kids. The gay boys and the gay girls. Bastards, aren't they? I'll see you later. Bye.